Hello world. This is the late night show starring Juan Pablo. Today we have a special guest coming from Cuba. He is the marketing and advertisement manager from that country. Please, a warm and round welcome for Juan Pablo Gomez. Give it up, everybody. So you are the manager of marketing and advertisement.
Yes, I am the advertising manager.
How long have you been in that position?
I've worked in that position for about 6 years.
Would you say that Cuba depends a lot on tourism?
Yes, I would say that Cuba depends a lot on tourism, but not only on tourism, but also on its culture of dance and music.
Of course, and so let's talk about Cuba.
Okay, let's talk about Cuba, but before that, I want to talk about its background.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Cuba is a complicated a country with a lot of background story, if I must say. So let me begin with the year 1940 when Batista was elected president.
Of course.
In 1952, 12 years later, Carlos Prio Socorres was elected president.
Yes, I
In
remember
March
that.
1952, Batista overthrew this president, Socarras, and established authoritarian rule. During his reign, a young lawyer called Fidel Castro marched a revolution against this president, yet it did not work out. However, as times continued in 1953 and in 1956, the revolution, Fidel Castro revolution started to gain a lot of power. By the year of 1959, Batista was exiled, and Fidel Castro became the supreme ruler of Cuba. Now, with the rise of the Soviet Union, during that same time, Castro became absorbed with the idea of communism. And so, in that same year, in 2 years later, in 1961, he declared that Cuba was a communist country. As the years passed, of course, Cuba has had its rise and its downfalls. Nevertheless,
As any
the
country.
country has still moved on. Recently, in 2012, Fidel passed his position to his brother Raul Castro.
So what exactly is Cuba today? What would you explain? How would you explain it to me?
So Cuba today is an archipelago made of two islands, Cuba and the Isla Juventud, and it's a socialist state, and its constitution regards the Communist Party as a leading force of society.
So how do you advertise such a country?
How do I advertise such a country? Well, actually, Cuba is a misunderstood country.
Explain.
It is thought that the country is very corrupt. Yes, yet it's transparent enough. On the transparency.org website, it is in 66th place. Let's look at the website right now.
Let's look at the website right now. Please,
Okay,
Marcus.
at the charts.
Marcus, please. Thank you very much. So yes, you're pretty accurate in your statement. It was 66th place.
Charts and information. Cuba is in place 66 in transparency, while North Korea, on the other hand, is actually in place 175. You can see the comparison.
Mm-hmm. So you have ads, right? You have a variety of ads. I thought you were gonna show us, maybe.
Yes, yes, I do have a variety of ads which still have not been released to the world,
Okay.
but have a special premiere here in the show today.
Okay,
Oh, we're
ladies
gonna
and-
see them? Of course, yeah, yeah, continue.
Yes, yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna portray to you three ads. The first one I think is called National Freedom. The second one, Political and Individual Freedom, and the third one is called Economical
So you
Freedom.
see, I had three ads, each one talking about a type of freedom in Cuba.
So let's talk about the freedom in Cuba. Let's start with
It's
national
national
freedom.
freedom. Okay, well, Cuba is a very independent country, relying mostly on Venezuela, Russia, and China in the moment. To Venezuela, we demand petroleum, and they receive ideas, help, suggestions, and products. With Russia, we just keep friendly relations with Russia and with China. We try to maintain that Cuba tries to maintain. Specifically, I'll promote that we as a country are independent and we don't need the influence of other countries, as can be
From
as
no
can
one.
be seen by the ad.
Of course, of course. And so explain the situation of the political and individual freedoms.
So, first of all,
Exactly as I
in
said.
Cuba, we believe that to gain order, you need to sacrifice freedom. And so we sacrifice mainly the freedoms of political, individual, and economical freedoms. Of course, Cuba
Mm-hmm.
has the most restricted laws on freedom of speech and freedom of press in the Americas. The Constitution prohibits private ownership of
Okay.
media outlets and allows free speech and journalism only if they conform to the aims of a socialist society. Article 91 of the Penal Code prescribes lengthy prison sentences or death for those who act against independence or the territorial integrity of the state. And Law 88 of the Protection of Cuba's National Independence
Mm-hmm.
and Economy impose up to 20 years in prison for acts aimed at subverting
20 years in
internal
prison.
order or nation and destroying its political, economical, and social system. The government controls coverage
Mhm.
by foreign media through the selective granting of visas to correspondents, foreign journalists of new outlets that present a consistently negative view of Cuba to the outside world have been denied visas. And so throughout that,
Okay, so
you can
the
see that
country
the
of Cuba
ads
controls,
promote these ideas.
of course, and so Cuba controls
Yes,
a lot of the
yes, we
media. You would
control
say.
a lot of the media, but it's a benefit for the people. It's a benefit to our country. Approximately 26% of Cubans have access to the internet in 2012. Right now, the numbers are increasing. However, the majority users can reach a closely monitored Cuban internet, consisting of an encyclopedia, an email address ending in CU that are used by universities and government officials, and a few government news websites. We do this so we keep informed of our country what they need to know and what's actually going on.
Okay,
Well,
so now explain
I
your
agree with
political
my country and
views.
its socialist communist ideas. Well,
And what about
that's
not having
interesting.
elections,
Actually,
real
in January of
elections?
2008, the National Assembly elections occurred. As in previous elections, voters were asked to either support or reject a single PCC-approved candidate for each of the 614 seats. All candidates received the requisite 50% approval, with Raul Castro winning support from over 99% of voters. In April 2010, Cuba had elections for the roughly 15,000 delegates to the country. He's 169 municipal councils, which
15,000
are elected
delegates,
every two and
okay.
a half years. We do have elections, as just mentioned. So what happens to the opposition? Well, all political
And so what happens
organizations
to the
outside the
opposition?
PCC is illegal. Political dissent, whether spoken or written, is a punishable offense, and dissenters frequently receive years of imprisonment or seemingly minor infractions. The regime has called on its neighboring watch groups, known as committees, for the defense of the revolution to strengthen vigilances against antisocial behavior.
Okay, so now let's talk about the economy, freedom of the economy, which is your
Yes,
third
yes,
ad.
let's put the economy at. So as you can see, yes, a very fine man, a very handsome man, if I may say so myself, is controlling the money. That's how Cuba works.
Indeed, indeed.
The economy. Okay, so Cuba's economic freedom score, according to Heritage.org, is 28.7, making its economy one of the world's least free. Its overall score is zero point 0.2 higher than last year, with deterrents in trade, freedom, fiscal freedom, monetary freedom, and freedom from corruption counterbalanced by an improvement in business and freedom. Cuba is ranked least free of 29 countries in South
Improvement,
and
okay.
Central American Caribbean region. His overall score is significantly lower than the regional average. Now, that also we can also say that North Korea is below us. However, I believe that in the years to come, as our economy starts getting less free and starts becoming more unified, we can reach to the point of North Korea and reach a balance.
So if I'm correct, Cuba controls almost everything
Well,
that has to do with the economy.
the news media are owned and controlled by the state, and private bookstores remain banned. The government considers the independent press to be illegal and uses agents to infiltrate and report on unauthorized outlets. We believe in a unified
Oh, really,
economy. There is no
that's
need
very
for
interesting.
capitalism or small owners, but one as a whole, by such rules have made. Yes, I advertise this. I advertise this a lot. I advertise this as part of our next steps to going into a better country. Okay, equality. Yes,
so as you
equality is very
advertise this.
important in Cuba. We believe that equality is what promotes a lot of a lot of tourism into our country because it's the good side of our country. Yes, the video. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's watch the video. Let's watch the video.
Let's watch the video. I agree. So if you see the video right now,
So equality of opportunity versus equality of outcome. So to what extent are these entities currently within our goal? I think we have succeeded in having both.
yes, please
If you go to
explain
the
us.
streets
Please
of
explain
Cuba
us.
and you go asking,
Okay, why?
do you have equality of opportunity? They'll probably say, what is opportunity? What is equality of opportunity? You'll say, well, it's a chance to get interviewed
Makes
in a
sense.
job. And they'll say, yes, of course. And then you'll say, okay, what about opportunity, equality of outcome? And they'll ask you, well, what's that? And you'll answer, it's the opportunity or the chances or the equal chances that you have to getting that job. And they answer, yes, we have as much as chance as anybody, a per person. And the social groups will say that they have the same amount of chance into getting at some jobs than the more richer people. And that's something that we
So,
pride ourselves
to
at.
what
It's something
extent is
that
this,
we
like,
expose a lot
equality
in our
maintained?
videos, mostly in our video ads, because we promote equality, we promote happiness. So we balance freedom
how
with
do you maintain it?
equality. We prefer to have more equality than freedom. We think that with less freedom becomes more equality. And so we do this by enforcing more laws on equality and more laws on discrimination. And we maintain equality
So
by
you maintain
enforcing
it, like,
laws,
balancing
promoting videos,
freedom.
promoting ads. And we also believe that we
So
do
you
well in
maintain
freedom
it
for
by
one. We believe
balancing
that our
against freedom.
country, the people have the chance to decide what they want to do, and they have the equal rights as other social groups. We promote this by taxing richer people, and we promote this type of equality by example.
So what type of order do you have in Cuba? What's the philosophy of law and order? Or what do you think is the
Order,
relationship between those two?
okay, so what's our philosophy of law and order? We believe that they come in hand, one with the other, law and order. We enforce a lot of laws, as I mentioned before. Laws is what makes the people understand what they have to do and what they don't have to do, of course, and this creates order. Yes, I have a recent video ad. Okay, let's see it.
Let's watch the ad right now.
What's our philosophy of law and order?
What's a relationship?
Okay, so we
What's
believe that
relationship?
law and order go hand to hand. And we maintain this order by enforcing those laws. By enforcing those laws and by giving example. And we believe
So
yes,
how do
yes,
you
we
balance
believe
it?
that taking away freedom
How
gives
do you
more order.
balance it?
Because they make less decisions. They make less bad decisions. They want to go less against against our country. Going against our country only creates more problems. It causes chaos. And we believe that by showing that these ideas
And how
are
do you
wrong
think?
and that we have to be a unified country, it's what will promote our country to continue. And promoting this to the world will make more people come to our country.
Well,
No,
yeah,
freedom
kind
of fear, no.
But how
We
do
do
you
not.
think this country, your country, does?
Yes,
From
freedom of
fear.
fear, freedom
of
from fear. Yes, we have freedom from fear. We do not
From fear, yes.
example fear. We example force. We example order. We give those ideas to the people. We don't want the people to
example
understand
order,
that
but not
our
fear.
country is fearful. That's what I understand some people think, but that's wrong. We have transparency. And I'm doing this because I believe that our country has potential and people should come and see it. That's why I do all these advertisement campaigns, because the people see Cuba as a different thing. I believe it's great. Having no freedom and
So
more
you actually
order,
believe in what you do. You believe in
it's
what
my
you
wish.
do. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pablo Gomez. Well, as you saw, this man was kind of in a hurry. We do not know why or his intentions in this reason. Here we have a brochure that he sent us, Travel to Cuba. For anybody who's interested, it cost $6.99 in our retail store online. I hope you enjoyed the episode of The Tonight Show starring Juan Pablo Gomez. See you next time. Catch you later.